Oh, hello everyone and no one. Welcome to another Rotten's Guns for Poor by Optics. Gonna be doing some shooting with the Dalbin again today. Been having bad luck with it, so far it's definitely an buy at your own risk, but I don't really recommend it. For like $100, it's been wanting to die on me constantly. Just go in and out for the LED, or not the LED, the actual optic being on while firing. Now, for those who, well, I don't actually believe I put the old one up yet. I was having some issues with my polymer 80 lower. The connector was not wanting to, I thought it was the connector, originally I thought it was the trigger bar. Wow, I'm going all over the place. That was having some issues, so I changed the trigger out with the trigger bar. Then ended up having some other issues. So I ended up swapping the connector from this Glock lower to this one, and it now works properly. But then the 40 Smith & Wesson slide wasn't working on this frame. So luckily, my local gun shop came in clutch and had a old used just Glock trigger housing with an extractor and the connector. Picked it up for pretty cheap. It actually ended up having a ghost connector in it, which I ended up putting in the Timberwolf compact frame, because that one's been working, because on this slide, or this frame, it was still not wanting to let the 40 Smith & Wesson one go. So I'm going to load up some mags, probably try using the new mount that I have. It's a shoulder mount, and we'll see if we can get some better stuff on it. So, alrighty, so the the shoulder rig did not want to cooperate and look pretty decent. I'm going to have to finagle with it a little more. So we're just out here at like 13-ish yards. Got 2 mags. We're going to see how well this goes. Bring that up a little more. No, is it snowing again? Let's see if it holds up. Seriously? And it died. And it's back. Yeah. I am really looking forward to whenever that Vector RMR 1 ships. I'm not expecting it since today's day after Thanksgiving. Wow. I am just so good with my slide didn't seat all the way. Yeah. Now it's wanting to work properly. Like, it has that one thing to where it goes off and then comes back on. I may try one more battery, since I did try one I got that's probably, or it is Chinesium basically, which most of them are. But we'll see what happens. Alrighty, so got 12 rounds in her, back at closer to 20 yards. We're going to try the drill. We're not going to try really for speed today because it's snowing, and like I said, I'm not really expecting much out of this thing. So we'll go ahead and load her up, put her back on the polymer 80 frame. Gonna see how well this one goes. Put some gloves on to keep my hands a little warmer. And here we go. Whoa! Okay. That was not supposed to happen. We're going to slide this over here. Okay, so empty that one out. Oh, got a light primer strike. All right, this slide does not like this frame. So, yeah, I don't know what it is that's causing that. Let's try it with the 40 as well and see if it's causing that or if it's just this slide. So that was a no bueno. Gonna have to fix that. And oh, come on, freaking seat all the way. So at least that one worked. Holy cats. Because that was something wasn't, the striker wasn't catching or something. I'll see if I have some pliers, try to bend something or whatnot. Well, let's try this again. So far this thing seems to be shooting low. All right, let's, here we go. And again, the freaking slide not sitting all the way. Holy cats, this is super annoying. Well, that one at least went. So this is a video that might not go to the thing because of that whole thing of just going. Oh, that is super annoying. All right, just for posterity, for myself really, got 4 rounds in the polymer 80 slide with the 40 Smith & Wesson. We're gonna see how this one does. Didn't fully seat itself. Okay, so it runs as advertised. It's something with that slide. I might look at, oh God, I think it's something with the striker setup. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at it further. This is super annoying. Okay, so we're gonna try this again just because of the Zafre precision slide on the full-size rail compact grip Timberwolf. It hasn't liked it. Honestly, I think I may have made a mistake when I bought this Zafre precision slide. It's only wanted to work well, like halfway decent on some guns. Maybe it needs some oil, I don't know. Okay, now it wants to function on this one. But the ejection pattern is erratic. It looks like the casings are hitting up here. So this is just freaking weird, and I'm all over the place. All right, so threw some gun oil on this, and we're gonna try for it. Got 6 rounds. We're actually gonna try to jog out to the 100 yards to the snow. Good Lord, I hope this works, because this thing has not been wanting to run. Almost nothing's been wanting to run today, and I haven't even tested one of the revolvers yet. So let's see how it goes. Oh, that one went better. I only hit 1. It's looks like I was shooting low. So we'll come over here and grab this mag. And seriously? So I'm definitely hitting low. That was god awful. All right, we're back at like 14 yards. I think you can see the target to where things have already been done from the Timberwolf compact. We're going to see how this thing does. The top left. So I am definitely a bit low. This is just super annoying. Because like I bore sighted this thing, and I guess my bore sight is just garbage. Okay, I believe I've got this thing about sighted in. It seems like I had to freaking move up close for it. And it seems like this thing, this Zafre Precision, does not want to work off a slide lock very well. So we're going to go ahead and see if I can run it. I got 6 rounds. We're going to try the 2 on, run up 2 on, and jog down to the 10 or to the 100 and see what happens. So run in winter boots. So low. Still. Okay, yeah, I was supposed to run, but what the frick, man? Oh. Now there's a plausibility that it's just I suck, but this thing is just pissing me off. I might stick it on a different gun, on the just G17 slide, and see how it works, and just put irons back on this thing. But I gotta find its plate. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, at least the slide's been working better and everything. I think there's something up with, ooh. That almost looks a bit like a chip. So I might look at a different striker assembly for this one. We'll see. All right, so this is the last run I'm going to try with the Dalbin, the TYTO-CR, since I haven't been having the best luck with the slide either. We'll hope this goes better. Other than the one time it shut itself off, it's been holding on pretty good. So I got 15 rounds. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the other one, or whether this video should come up before the oh god, I am all over the place. Screw it, let's just go. I think I threw one off the paper again. And I should have grabbed the thing to put here. Huh. 38:41. Let's go. It's empty. That athletic tape starting to wear some. No. Slide back on with your hook. Go ahead and pick this thing up again. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice snowy day. Hopefully I'm not peeking the mic. I put it a little further away. It seemed like it was working. Whew. So, yeah, unfortunately the shoulder rig didn't work to where it would be like here in my head. Instead you were seeing like part of my head, and I didn't like that. All right, so that was the freaking thing. It was the first one with the Timberwolf, second one the Timberwolf, like third. Those two could be it, and I think I threw the third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. No, that'd be actually, I think. Oh wow, I think that was the 3 I did with the Dalbin. Not bad. I'm pretty sure it's the mixture of the slide from Zafre Precision. I think it's the striker assembly that came with it. So it's the only thing I can think of. Oh, got a mark on my back plate below the American flag. It's this spot right here. I know, I was still pretty bummed that freaking Hunt FB04, the rear lens cracked because it hit something when being transported. Apparently I didn't transport it right. So it's going to get retired. All right. Well, this thing has just been so... Nope. Shit. Wasn't trying for that. So I guess we'll run some stuff through it with that since it fell. All right, so this is going to be the last one to do with the Dalbinowl. I think I've been saying Dalbin. So I got like 19 rounds from there, and since I accidentally dropped it, we're going to see how well she does and just kind of... And she died on me and came back. So, I'm going to look at putting this on the G17 slide I have just to see how it goes. I'm going to look at a different striker assembly for this one because I think that's the issue. I'll put it like this. So I'm going to put this one on something else. I'm going to put this or put something else in here because I've had issues with this slide on different things while everything else has seemed to go well on it. Need to apparently put some more athletic tape on this thing. But so far, I want to recommend this, but I just can't because it randomly wants to die on you. And if you don't have co-witness sights in a competition, that'd be one thing. But in a life or death situation, yeah, I definitely can't recommend it. So I'm going to have to say, for now, definitely don't recommend this, even though it's a pretty good deal. It's just not wanting to run properly. Alrighty, so on the Dalbinowl, I got it switched over to the G17 slide that I was having some issues with, just not wanting to cycle. Like there was too much stuff in here or something. It wasn't always chambering around properly. I switched it over to this because the Zafre Precision slide has been having a lot of issues. This frame, it's not wanting to always go with full into battery and having some issues trying to chamber around. On this slide, it was having all sorts of issues. I think it has something to do with the actual Zafre Precision striker. I think I'm saying that right. And so since then, this is my old Polymer 80 slide. I actually went and swapped over the whole striker assembly from this slide to this slide. And I got a Holosun 407C sitting on a revolver back home that I'm going to take off and put on this. And I'll put something else on it later on because that's a freaking 460 and it needs something different than that for an RMR. This one will probably end up having the 40 Smith & Wesson on it slide since it ran the way it needed to. So that at least makes me happy. It was having issues with this. I might test it out again with this slide since it's got the different striker assembly to see if I'm still having issues. Because yeah, the biggest thing that was happening is every time I would pull the trigger, I shouldn't say every time, but occasionally when I would go to reset, the striker wouldn't catch properly and would release, causing it to fire. And that's obviously something I'm not trying to do, and it's malfunctioning. So its sense has been changed to where, and put back on this frame where it doesn't have that problem, to where all it does is wants to, on that first round, not always chamber properly. But this one actually was working on this frame, which would be pretty cool to have happen, because the 34 size slide with a 19 size grip looks funny, I think is neat. But I'll continue on. This thing's going to get one more outdoors test to see how it actually functions. It's been doing better with the not dying on, or turning itself off on me as often, but I do not have high expectations for this thing at all. It's just not one to function. Now, one of the other accuracy parts, since I was watching something, is it could just be the barrels that came with these slides are just trash for like competition shooting. They'd be fine for most if you're like defensive stuff, but it's slightly irritating because I'm not shooting at a great distance. It's usually like 13, 14 yards is about what I'm doing. So hopefully I can get things changed. I might even just throw the Polymer 80 barrel that I have in there into this slide as well. So we'll see how things go. Hopefully this gun will just become go out and shoot it, which is my goal. So that's why it's going to get that, I think, 2 MOA 407C I have. Or it might get that Vector I one that I'm plausibly going to have to contact the seller, because I still haven't heard anything back when I won it on like the 20th. I understand it was coming up on Thanksgiving, and it's a Sunday after Thanksgiving, so when I'm recording this portion of it. So we'll see how things go, and I need to double check to see if I won a Canik 6 MOA RMR, because maybe I'll just throw that on this or on this one or something. I'll figure it out. I haven't quite. Once I get some more information, like I said, the 407 may go on here. It may just stay on my 460 that's going to come out in summer, to where I can do a Kentucky Ballistics little tribute of shooting some melons. So yeah, a long process of things not wanting to function as they're supposed to, which has been chaos and pissing me off. I mean, didn't really have any light primer strikes, so at least that was good, and my heater turned on. But we'll see how things go. One of these days I'm going to have to take this little guy out, take my 32s out, and do a video on a couple of them. And that, but like I said before, on Twitter, I'm probably just going to start taking a lot of my guns that either don't have an optic or are already pretty decent, and just, with it being the winter, going out and just trying to better myself with drills. So taking out some of my collection to go out and stomp around the snow with those. So we'll see how things go. And like I had the community post, I may be going down to a video every 2 weeks, just because of weather and distance to range. It's like to the range, it's like a good, depending on weather, almost 45-minute drive, depending on how the roads are and which route I take. So we'll see how things go with the getting to the weather, or getting to the winter. But I will get back out there. So thank you for watching. Hopefully my rambling mess hasn't been too bad, and hopefully I keep getting better at shooting, because that's kind of the goal of doing this whole thing, is to force myself to go out and shoot more. So have a good one, folks.